Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy day before Thanksgiving, technically,
Yes.
when this is coming out.
We're celebrating with a reread.
We are, because who knows if y'all listen through to the ends of our episodes. I don't know. Don't know. But if you did not listen, Abigail and I and our respective men are going to the Texas Renaissance Festival this weekend. So we reread Well Met because it's a favorite of ours, and I've never reread it until now.
I've reread it like 4 times, I think.
That was surprising when you texted me that today. I knew you had reread it, but I didn't know you had reread it that many times.
Because it was in my summer rotation for like a couple years after I first reread it. And I don't think, or after I first read it. And I don't think I reread it I didn't reread it this summer. But I'm fairly certain I did last summer. And then I think it's been at least 3 or 4 times.
Well, when you said that, what I was so surprised about, I was like, has it been 3 or 4 summers since this book came out? And I suppose it has. Hang on. Let me look.
We're on the 4th sequel. So
That's true. Oh, yeah, September 2019. So, yeah, 4 years.
you know what? Because I think Well Met is also one of the first ones you loaned me.
I didn't own this. I recommended it to you, but I didn't own a physical copy, so I probably didn't loan it to you.
Okay, then you recommended it to me.
Yeah,
But
I know I recommended it to you.
Yeah, but I think it was one of like the first books you recommended to me.
That sounds right, because if it came out in September, because I remember I read the arc of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I must have read it like early 2019 maybe, which that timing would have been completely right for when we were working together.
Within our lore.
Yes, within our first year of friendship.
Huh. I'll go back in my Goodreads, but I'm not good at updating Goodreads, so.
Yeah, I only update Storygraph now. I know a handful of folks from this podcast have added me on Goodreads, but find me on Storygraph because I was like 2 months behind on my Goodreads until like last week.
I feel like on Goodreads, I'm now like so behind on my year goal, but I think I am going to hit my year goal. Then now I just don't want to update it because I don't want to confirm one way or the other if I hit it or not. And some of the reason I would have hit it was because I read 4 click books, and I don't really want to put those on my Goodreads. So just know I did read 40 books this year. I'm going to assume.
Yeah, I would assume so. That feels right.
That feels right.
Yeah.
Because that's like about like a book every week and a half, which is usually about my pace.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. I read 40 books this year.
Yeah, that seems right.
Yeah.
Let's just get into it, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you want me to read the blurb?
Yes, please. Let's read the blurb. I don't remember the last time I read the blurb for this book.
Nope. Don't know if I ever have. I'm going to be real with you.
Yep.
Emily knew there would be strings attached when she relocated to the small town of Willow Creek, Maryland to help her sister, but who could have anticipated getting roped into volunteering for the local Renaissance fair? Or that the irritating and inscrutable school teacher in charge of the volunteers would be so annoying that she finds it impossible to stop thinking about him. The fair is Simon's family legacy, and he makes it clear he doesn't have time for Emily's lighthearted approach to life, her oddball Shakespeare conspiracy theories, or her endless suggestions for new acts to shake things up. Yet on the fairgrounds, he becomes a different person, flirting freely with Emily when she's in her revealing winch's costume. But is this attraction real or just part of the characters they're portraying? This summer was only supposed to be a pit stop for Emily, but now she can't shake the fantasy of calling Willow Creek and Simon home. I just need to say one thing, which is that Willow Creek is the name of the main world in The Sims 4. It's like the main like neighborhood or whatever that comes with the game.
Do you think Jen DeLuca plays Sims?
It would not surprise me, because if she wrote 4 entire books about Ren fairs, I'm going to assume she's a big old nerd.
Yeah.
So
probably so.
Wouldn't surprise me. But I didn't clock it the first time we read the book, but I did this time.
I'm also noticing there's a turkey leg on the cover of this book, which I had never noticed before.
Oh, there is. And
it's
a
like,
goblet.
Like little doodles.
A couple fleur-de-lis, a sword, a hat with a feather in it. Cute. There's a turkey leg on the back as well.
Are you ready to fuck up a turkey leg this weekend?
I am so ready. I'm actually very hungry right now, so the thought of a turkey leg is really challenging for me.
That sounds great.
I want a turkey leg, and I want those like really skinny curly fries that they have.
Oh.
The like potato spiral things.
Yeah.
So those of you who don't know, Texas Ren Fest goes every fall from like September to November, basically. It's like 8 or 10 weekends. I think it's 8 weekends.
Yeah.
Weekends only. It's only open on weekdays for school, like field trips. Way less raunchy on school field trip day, for what it's worth.
Sure.
And each weekend has a different theme. So there's like a Halloween weekend in October. There's a pirate weekend, which is the one that I always liked to go on because obviously there's a barbarian weekend that some girl at spin class the other day was telling me about.
Oh, no way.
Shout out to, I don't know her name, but I see her every Taylor Swift Saturday at Love. But the closing weekend of the festival is always Thanksgiving weekend. And so they're open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And the theme is Christmas. And it's always such a fun weekend to go because the vibes are just like immaculate on Christmas weekend at the Ren Fair. It's like old Christmas market vibes. Like I love it so much.
This is my first time to properly go to this fair too. Like I've been to the other ones in Texas, but I haven't been to this one.
Prepare yourself
for my tour.
I spent a long time. I spent years going to this Ren Fair because we went in high school with AP English. That was the field trip for AP English.
Love that.
Which was awesome. Shout out to my high school English teacher, Miss Stork, who always took us to that. And it was just so much fun. And so then like my family and I started going just for fun. And then like Sydney and I started going just for fun. But it wasn't until I want to say 2016 that Sydney, my friend Sydney, and I went when we were living together.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the first time I had been, I think, since I had turned 21, maybe. Or it was the first time we went and we were like gonna drink.
Yeah.
And I'd always left before dark. And like, it's different after dark. Like the vibes, like they're like, are the kids gone? Cool. Let's turn the fuck up.
All right. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm so excited.
I need to try on my outfit and see what pieces I need. I think I need to get a cloak still. But our friend Lauren loaned me a Nutria fur vest that her friend in New Orleans makes, so I have a vest.
You know, the high is like 65 though, so it probably won't be like
that's not too
terrible.
Bad. Yeah, that's not too bad. But anyway,
let's talk about the book.
Let's talk about the
fictional Ren Fair, and then the next time we see y'all, we will discuss the real
comparisons between this fictional, far more family friendly fair.
Far more family friendly, considering it's put on by a high school.
Yeah, I kind of forget that this is a wild fundraiser for a high school.
It is so thorough. Like the fact that they have like weeks and weeks and weeks of like training where they're like studying medieval history and shit.
Like,
and the accents and all that.
Like at this point, because it's been going on for 10 years, I understand it's like a well-oiled machine, but I am also like, it's only been going on for 10 years. Like, this is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Especially for a high school fundraiser.
And, like, basically the entire town participates.
It's like living in Halloween Town, but it's just Renaissance Fair Town, basically.
Incredible.
Yeah. That sounds great.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into... Okay, wait. Before we get started, I have one more gripe, which is... My only gripe about the very cute cover of this book is that why are they not in their, like, Ren Fair costumes on the cover of the book?
They look like people who go to Ren Fair and just half-ass it.
Right. Like, Simon's got on a vest and a sword, and Emily's wearing a flower crown, but otherwise they're dressed pretty normally. Like, Simon's wearing Converse high tops.
Yeah, and she's got, like, flats on and, like, a short skirt.
Yeah. Well, it's like a kitten heel, which is even...
Oh, even worse.
More surprising.
All right.
It's not a very cute outfit, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it looks very Halloween costume last minute sort of thing. Which, as we know in the book, these aren't very last minute things. They are very extensive.
No, and that's what when I was rereading this and like Emily's talking about like her extravagant costume, I'm like, I would have liked to have seen that cartoony on the cover of this book, but
Yeah, that would have been cute.
But why not?
Look at these normies
yeah,
instead.
Exactly. These normal people. Okay. So I'll start us off. So basically, at the beginning of this book, we meet. Wait, for one thing, I have to say the first line of this book is iconic. I love a good first line. And the first line of this book is, I didn't choose the wench life. The wench life chose me. Incredible. Yes. Perfect. Even if I was not a fan of Ren Fairs, I would keep reading. 10 out of 10. So we meet Emily, who is in Willow Creek, staying with her sister, April, who got into a car accident, broke her leg, can't really can't get around at all. So Emily's taking care of her teenage niece, Caitlin. So all of this has happened like before the book starts.
Right.
We just drop right in to the action. And Emily's going through a breakup, but this is like kind of very vaguely mentioned. We actually don't get that deep into it, honestly.
No, she dropped out of school for him though, which is kind of wild, of like to support him in law school. His name was like Jake or something. I don't know.
Josh, a J name.
Truly, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We never meet him.
Yeah.
It doesn't really come up all that often, except she got dumped, didn't really have much going on, and was like, oh yeah, I can come take care of April. Which, like, honestly, sounds nice. Because she got kicked out of their apartment. Basically.
Oh, right.
Yeah, she and Jake, Josh, whatever, met while they were in undergrad. She was, like, supporting him through law school and, like, chose to drop out of school to do that?
Yeah, so that she could work a few jobs.
Yeah, fuck that. Don't ever drop out of school for a dude.
Yeah.
Make him earn his own money to go to law school. I don't know.
Yeah. And, like, and she was getting an English degree, which is, like, I don't know. I do have a lot of questions about the backstory here, but it doesn't really come up all that much.
I also forgot that she's 24 turning 25 in this book.
Yes.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
It's weird now reading it, because when I first read it, I was 22, and now I'm 26.
Right. And I was probably like 28, I guess, 27, 28 when I read it. So it didn't feel as, like, distant. But now I'm like, oh. It's always weird to read, because I feel like most of the rom-coms I read now are about women in their, like, late 20s, early 30s.
Right.
And so it's always, like, that's always how I, like, by default pretty much picture everyone until it's explicitly mentioned. And then I'm like, oh, everyone's young.
She's very young.
Yeah, exactly.
Or she feels very young, at least, at points. I don't know. I don't think I've told you this. I think my, like, quarter life crisis is going to be when I'm, like, 20, when I turn 27 in a few months, because you were 27 when we met. And that'll be, I think, when I'm like, oh, shit, I'm a real adult now. Which is going to be weird.
I have never had the, oh, shit, I'm a real adult moment. So I would be surprised if it happens to you, because I think that's one of those things that people say happens, and I don't know if it happens.
I think that when I hit that birthday of turning 27, it's going to be a weird moment of like, oh, all of my friends in the beginning who felt like so much older than I was, like, oh, now I'm that age.
I do think that sometimes because like when my first job out of college, I was like 22 or whatever, and I was working at the TV station, and most of my, like, friends there were like 28, 29, 30.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think about it now sometimes. And the fact that I dated a guy who was like 30, 31, 32 when I was 22, 23, 24. And that's the thing that I think about a lot, that I'm like, oh, actually, that was fucking weird.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
Yeah.
Wow. Glad we're past that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, wait, I understand that was maybe perhaps problematic.
Yes. It's been really fun to revisit that as I've gotten older as well.
Yeah.
Love that for us.
Yeah. It's enlightening, to say the least. Anyway, yes. So Emily's quite young.
Yeah.
And her sister April is actually 12 years older than her. So they are not incredibly close.
Mm-hmm.
which is why it's even nicer that Emily dropped everything to help April.
Frankly, this sounds great. She doesn't have to have a job. She gets to live in a house.
Yeah.
With her sister and her niece, who seems pretty cool for a
Yeah.
14-year-old. Sounds great.
Yeah. So basically we meet Emily when she's like driving Caitlin to Ren Fair tryouts.
Yeah, it's
I guess auditions.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
More or less. So the school year has ended, and every year...
Actually, not even yet. They're still in school.
Oh, yeah. The school year is ending.
Soon.
Yeah.
And because this thing is so not even convoluted, just like...
Big,
yes. They have to like start rehearsals like during the end of the school year.
Yeah, so Emily takes Caitlin, her niece, to the tryouts. It seems like the tryout is basically a show up and breathe and you get a part.
Seems like it.
Kind of vibe. So Caitlin gets the part. That's not really talked about that much either. Like, it's a lot of Emily's inner monologue in this in the whole thing, really. But Emily quickly learns that if Caitlin wants to do Ren Fair, she needs an adult to also participate. And obviously, Emily's sister April cannot participate because broken leg.
Right.
And so Emily's like, well, shit, Caitlin really wants to do this. Fine, I'll do it.
I'm not doing too much else anyway.
Yeah,
sure.
She's like, I don't have anything to do.
This is kind of my job, is
Right.
watching after my niece. I guess I'll do it at the Renaissance Fair too.
Right. And she's like very open to it. She's not like, oh, I have to like wear a costume and do an accent. Weird. Which I feel like most people would be like that. But she's like, all right, cool. Like, whatever.
Yeah, she's kind of like, oh, this sounds easy enough. All right, sure.
But then we
whatever.
learn she's like later on we learn she's like a Shakespeare nerd. And so I'm like, that's why she wasn't as,
Yes.
like, she's a secret dork.
Yep. She is. And then she meets Simon, who's like the guy in charge of the whole thing.
Yeah. And Caitlin's English teacher.
Not yet.
Going to be Caitlin's English teacher.
When she hits AP English in junior and senior year.
That's right.
Because Caitlin's smart. But
He
she's
is an
14.
English teacher at the high school.
Yes. And he's in charge of the Renaissance Fair. And is not very pleasant at first. I forgot how much of a dick he is in the beginning.
Yeah.
He sucks.
He was like, I also forgot that. And then rereading it, I was like, this is borderline unlikable.
Yeah.
And I really like Simon.
I know. He's kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
He like gripes at her about like filling out her form and like just other little nitpicky things. Where
He's
it's just like
super tightly wound.
yes, exactly.
Which we find out later.
We understand why.
Yeah.
But right now we don't like him.
Yeah. He's very rude, but she's like, man, this rude man is very hot.
Yeah. Well, there is an even hotter man who's nearby, whose name is Mitch, and wears a kilt and is very fun. He's like the Joey of the group, I guess.
Yeah, he's like, he has like big golden retriever, but if golden retriever was like kind of potty mouthed.
Yeah, a little bit.
Vibe. Mitch is one of the love interests in the second book? Third book?
Third or
One of
fourth.
the...
He and April eventually get together.
Yes, one of the sequels. Spoiler.
Spoiler.
There are 4 of these. Well Met is the best one, but I had a good time with mostly all of them. I did write in my notes here that the book does not talk enough about how weirded Caitlin out would be at the idea of her aunt dating a teacher / her teacher.
Yeah. I didn't think about that.
Because, like, I don't know. I feel like any high schooler would be like, ew, you're dating a teacher? Like, gross.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know why I didn't think about that.
Or they would be like, you're dating a teacher? Like, fucking stay out of my business. Like, this is my school. Like, stay out of my life.
Yeah, but nobody seems to care.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, which Caitlin seems like pretty cool and well-adjusted, but like, I don't know. I still think that she would have more of a problem with it than she does.
She might have other things going on. I don't know.
Yeah. So they start spending every single Saturday morning rehearsing for the fair. And that's like pretty much the first like major chunk of this book is just like going to, I don't know, what is it, like the high school gym or auditorium or something?
Yeah, they're hanging out at the high school. This is like where we meet, all the people who become like Emily's friends and like Stacy, who's the fellow wench.
Yeah, who also later becomes a love interest in one of the books.
The second one.
That's the second one. I forgot what order they went in. I liked Stacy's book.
I didn't dislike Stacy's book.
Yeah.
I would be curious about how I would feel about it rereading it. This is the one with the catfishing plot, though, which we don't
Oh, that's
love.
right. That's right. That's right. Well, I do think I was going to save this for the end, but I do think rereading this is going to send me into a full series reread because I do have them all over there, I think. Especially, I should get into the Renaissance Fair spirit ahead of this weekend. And I don't have jack shit to do, so I might as well read 3 books between now and then.
Yeah. That's nice.
I have more to do than I claim to. I have a lot to do, but I am ignoring it.
I have too much to do. I'm a little stressed today, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Ren Fair.
Yes, exactly. We're in another universe right now.
Yep.
So every Saturday morning at the school, Emily's making friends. She is just like getting to know people in the town, and she's like going home to April and is like, why aren't you friends with these people? Everyone's really cool. And like, I wrote this in my notes later on, but like, April on this second read did not come off as very likable to me because why is she so fucking cranky about this town?
I know. She chooses to live there.
Why doesn't she want to hang out with these people?
She's like, they all know my business. And I'm like, what business of yours is there to know?
Right.
Like, she's a single mom, but she got divorced like forever ago. So there's nothing salacious there.
There was no scandal.
There's no scandal that these people know about. Everyone seems to like Caitlin. She's not a bad kid.
Right.
April, I don't remember what April does. She does something like boring, probably.
Yeah, I don't remember what she does either. And like, there might be more to her backstory. I haven't reread her book, and it was a long time ago that I read it. There might be something more in her backstory that we learn later. But I feel like I would remember it if it were this big of a fucking deal. But April's like kind of a huge bitch about not hanging out with people. And I'm like, everyone's just trying to be nice.
Everyone's like asking about her because she almost died in a car accident with her child in the backseat.
Yeah.
Like,
and we learned that like she's been invited to stuff, but like most of the moms don't work or whatever, and they do stuff during the day when she's at work. But I'm like, all you would have to do is just say like, yo, can we do something after work hours at some point instead?
Oh, I would love to get coffee with you, but at 10 a.m. on Tuesdays, I work. Could we like, let's have
a Saturday.
Yeah. Or how about you come over and I have a bottle of wine?
Yeah.
Easy. Moms love wine.
Yeah. She was annoying the shit out of me in this book.
Yeah, that's fair.
But then she comes around in the end, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Importantly, we meet the queen of the Ren Fair, Chris, who also runs the bookstore in town.
Of course, there's a bookstore.
Always a bookstore. This book has everything.
A bookstore. Turkey legs. Beer.
Pirates. Just one pirate. So Emily goes to the bookstore, meets Chris, and then, really this whole first like third of the book, there's just like a lot of various run-ins where Simon is being a dick to Emily in some way.
Yeah. I forgot like how fun this book is generally, even outside of the romance though. Like most of the side characters are really fun. Like I think the plot itself is really fun. I love Emily's kind of like little side adventures, like going to the bookstore and being like, let me rearrange everything.
Right.
Like, which, man, what a trope that we come across very often in these books is going to a bookstore and taking it over.
Yeah.
Beach read. Book lovers.
Yep.
Well met. Lots of other
Plenty
ones.
others.
Plenty others.
We're probably forgetting about.
Yeah, I should have kept like a tally or something. But yeah, we love a bookstore. So then the fair finally begins after 4th of July, which in Texas sounds absolutely painful, but they live in Maryland.
God, that's all I could think about is, isn't it so fucking hot?
Like, it's got to be like 110 degrees in those woods, but they live up north, so I guess not.
Even in Maryland, I bet it's like at least in the 80s and you're wearing all those clothes.
That's true. I've never been to Maryland. I always get Maryland and Maine confused. Those are two very different states.
Yeah, I haven't been to Maryland, but I have spent a lot of time on the general East Coast.
The Eastern Seaboard?
Yes. And it still my grandparents lived in Boston, and it was like in the 90s when I would go in like August.
Ugh, this hurts thinking about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, that's when they do it, which I understand why, but, maybe they should start rehearsals in February and do it early summer.
Maybe it could be part of the drama class.
I don't know. Maybe so.
Making suggestions to these fake people.
But whatever. So the Ren Fair starts, and Emily and Stacy are the wenches. Emily sees this guy walking around in a pirate costume, and she's like, who's that hottie? And then turns out it's Simon, who seems completely different than his normal asshole behavior. Everything's kind of like... Everything goes fairly well the first weekend. We had also learned that Sean, Simon's brother, who started the fair, had died. During one of the rehearsals, or when they were out in the woods, building shit and whatnot, Emily came across Simon, in the woods, and he looked really upset. And then Emily found this plaque dedicated to his brother, Sean, and is like, oh, Sean died. She thought he had just, moved away. Because everyone talked about him in a way of oh, Sean, remember him? Haha.
Yeah.
Not in a oh, Sean, remember when he died?
Right.
Sucks. And then turns out he did die.
Yeah, we learned it was 8 years ago or something.
No, it was 3.
3?
Yeah.
It was 8 years into the...
Yes.
Aha.
There you go.
I knew I swapped it.
Mm-hmm. So Simon's been doing the fair without Sean the past couple years, and... Clearly, it's wearing on him. He never looks like he's having any fun until he's a pirate, basically. But so at the winch stand, at the tavern, where Stacy and Emily work with this one guy who's in a red t-shirt. They get slammed because there's not enough people working. That's causes some there's little mini dramas between her and Simon.
Yeah.
Of where he's griping at her of why is this place so busy? And she's like, because there's 3 people working here. What do you mean?
Yeah.
And et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But, is it the first weekend they have the hand fasting?
Yes, it is the first weekend.
Okay. So also in the first weekend of the fair, Caitlin comes to grab Emily from the tavern because they need more people for this ceremony called the hand fasting, which I've never seen at any Renaissance fair I've been to, but I believe them.
I have seen weddings at the Renaissance fair.
Oh, yes. I hope we see a wedding on Saturday.
We will.
But anyway, so they need people to come and just there's 2 couples. Basically, it's you knot your hands together and say some romantic stuff. The queen oversees it.
Yeah, you pledge yourself
Yes.
to each other.
Thank you. That's the phrase I wanted. And so Simon and Emily... Simon, I either requested Emily, I don't know, but they do it and they kiss.
Yeah, they kiss on page 113, but it's not real.
Yeah, it's a fake kiss.
There's no tongue, but Emily gets Twitter-pated.
Good word.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, maybe Simon isn't so bad, but he kind of still is bad.
Yeah.
So they get fake married. Emily is on a mission to just improve stuff while she's here, and it's kind of looking around the tavern and is we could fix this. Also, we need more help. She eventually does get help, and she does eventually improve the tavern.
Yeah.
And
these are just all her little side quests.
Yeah, her little side quests. On the second weekend of the fair, Stacy really wants to go to this pub sing thing that they do to close out the fair. Emily's like, you go ahead. I'm going to stay behind and move some tables around. So she does. And she makes the tavern look better. And then Simon comes out and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you trying to change everything? And Emily's like, why do you hate me? And Simon's like, I don't hate you. And then he kisses her.
Real kiss, which is
47%.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You actually did it. Okay.
I read it on my Kindle.
You read it on your Kindle. Because, yeah, when I flagged it in my print copy, it is, look at that.
Pretty damn close.
Visually, it looks exactly halfway.
Yeah, it's 47% in a Kindle, so.
I love it when we're right.
I love it. We love to be right.
But also, they've been for these couple of weekends of the fair pretending to be fake married or pretending to be actual married for the crowds at the Ren Fair, so they've been super flirty. And I wrote, does this make this a fake dating book?
It kind of does. Fake dating Renaissance Fair edition only, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of a fake dating book, but
kinda.
Very theatrical fake dating. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I saw that note and I was like, you know what? Yes.
I'm just trying to force this book into all of our favorite
all
tropes.
The tropes.
Only thing we're missing is only one bed.
So after that, they are just like very weird around each other.
Yeah, because Emily's like, yo, I'm into this guy. And Simon seems to be flirting with her, but then he's still kind of a dick. And so Emily's like, the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, I don't know.
And then we also have to talk about how Simon and Mitch fight every day.
Oh, yes, so they fight every day. So Simon and Mitch do the human chess match every day, and they have to just, like, fight each other.
Which I picture being like in Harry Potter.
Yes.
But with actual humans.
Once I make my move, then you're free.
No, that's exactly how I picture it, except there's no, like, giant statues. It's just people.
Yes. Oh, that's a good way to put it. I, at points, like, struggled to picture it, but that makes sense.
Yeah, like if I'm like the queen and I take like the rook or whatever, then I gotta fight the rook and win, and then I take his spot.
You know, I also don't know how to play chess, though.
Me neither. I don't even know if the queen can do that. I just made that up. I just know 2 of the names.
Don't fact check us.
Nope.
We don't care.
I do not give a shit about chess.
Me neither.
Okay. So Simon and Mitch are in, I don't know, they're chess people. I don't know what parts they are.
Are they I don't even know if they're like the kings or whatever.
I do not care. Don't know. Don't care.
Don't care. They're like the finale of the human chess match.
Yes.
Is all we care about.
Yes, because they're like, I mean, it seems like they're like among the most popular like characters at the Ren Fair. We don't meet a lot of the like characters though.
Yeah, because Simon's character he's like a pirate, and then Mitch's character, he's like a big Scottish guy who wears a kilt.
Yeah.
And
with bike shorts underneath.
Yeah, with bike shorts underneath. And also presumably like walks around shirtless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big hot man.
Yeah, so Simon and Mitch fight at the end of the chess match, and Simon always loses. That's like how it goes. But it's like this like big rehearsed fight. And at some point early on in one of the early weekends of the Ren Fair, Emily gets to catch this in person, and she's like, whoa, 2 hot men fighting. Turns out this is enjoyable.
Wow, I love the Renaissance Fair.
And then she learns that Mitch wears bike shorts under his kilt because Simon flips him over.
Yeah.
And she's disappointed.
This is when the fair is still family friendly.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, that's early on. Then they kiss. Emily's confused. But yeah, early on, she gets invited to go out to this like dive bar / pizza place. That sounds awesome.
It's very confusing, but it sounds great.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It sounds like somewhere we would hang out.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the pizza version of like Sam's Town Point.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I don't know.
It's like a shitty bar with like great pizza.
What's it called? Is it called like Johnny's or something?
If you hadn't asked, I probably could have thought of it.
Damn it.
I don't remember.
Regardless, that's the town hangout.
Yeah. Well, it's the Ren Fair hangout
yes.
on Sunday night. It might be the town hangout too. I don't know. It's the Ren Fair hangout on Sunday nights because, you know, the Ren Fair goes Saturday, Sunday. Then everyone parties on Sunday night because no one wants to be hungover at the Ren Fair.
Yep.
And then so they can be hungover on Monday. And Chris's bookstore is closed on Mondays too. So it's perfect.
Everyone gets blackout drunk.
Yeah. Which is a bonding experience.
Yeah.
For Emily with her new friends.
Yes.
And then, yeah, just more Ren Fair things.
More Ren Fair things.
I mean, it's just like a lot of little days at the Ren Fair.
We were talking about it before. Is like, there's a lot of plot, but not a whole lot happens.
Right.
Which is...
it's the reverse. A lot happens, but there's not a lot of plot.
That's right. Exactly.
Like, it's just, you know, we say this a lot. It's like a very slice of life book, except it's life at Ren Fair.
That's what we're in this genre for.
Yeah.
Make no mistake.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. There's just not a lot to talk about because it's like, okay, and then they go to the Ren Fair again.
Yet again, they go to the Renaissance Fair. But there is like nice little, like we said, like side quests of like Emily like integrating herself into this town more and kind of being like, oh, maybe I do really like it here. Maybe I don't need to go back to, I think she said she was in Boston, maybe?
Maybe.
I don't remember. Doesn't matter.
She does help Chris open a cafe within the bookstore, and we learn that Emily makes a mean latte.
Yeah, good skill to have.
Yeah. And then at some point, I don't remember in what setting this happens in, but Simon and Emily have like a serious convo about his brother and kind of what that meant to him and why Ren Fair is so important to him. So they're kind of bonding.
Yeah, Simon is extremely anal about Ren Fair to the point of being very annoying.
And so we learn that's why he's such a dick.
Yeah.
Because he's just a control freak.
Yes, exactly. So understandable, but also loosen up, my guy.
Yeah.
She can move some tables around.
Yeah. And then at one point later on in the book, I flagged it. Let's see. Yeah. About 30 or so pages after they have their first real kiss, they have another fake kiss as part of the charade because they go to the chess match. Because Mitch has requested.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mitch requested that Emily, whose Ren Fair name is Emma, and Stacy, whose Ren Fair name is Beatrice, come to the chess match.
Mm-hmm.
And then Simon, which we learn later that he's jealous as fuck in this moment, but he like sidles up to Emily and is like, well, you got to give me a kiss for good luck to win this fight. And she's like, fuck you, I'm going to kiss you for real in this like fake kiss.
I like Emily.
I do too.
She's kind of got balls.
I know. You know what I really like about this book is at no point, so in so many of these books that we read, there's like this, oh, I'm attracted to him, but like I can't, I shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And there's none of that in this book. She's just like, I like this guy. Like, what the fuck is his deal?
Yeah, she is kind of one of those characters where it's like, oh, I'm not mad because you're not saying anything. You're saying a lot of things that I would say.
Right.
She's us. She's saying her thoughts.
Exactly. Like, I like that she's like, oh, we can't be together because I'm leaving Willow Creek. Like, there is a tiny bit of that going on.
Yeah.
But she's more like, we kissed and now he's being a dick. Like, what's the deal? Like, I kind of like him. Like, what's going on?
More so, I'm not doing anything. This guy just needs to get it together.
Exactly, yeah.
As you're saying it, I am realizing that's one of my, like, least favorite subplots of we can't be together because I'm leaving.
Right. Yeah,
like,
God,
I'm getting really tired of that in books.
It's so stupid. Sometimes it works, but sometimes it's forced.
Yeah. Lately, I feel like in a lot of books I've been reading, it feels very forced, but...
Yeah.
But anyway...
Meanwhile, throughout kind of the course of this entire book, Emily's starting to realize that she does not want to leave.
No. Also, like, why would she? She
doesn't have anything to do.
Yeah, she doesn't have anything to do.
She has nowhere to live. She has no job.
She's got this bookstore now.
Yeah. Why not stay? Free room.
Free room. Free room.
Yeah.
Hanging out.
All you gotta do is take your niece to school.
Great.
Yeah.
Maybe this is like what I had wished my early 20s, like, wow, I have nothing going on. I can't figure my shit out. Yeah. This is what I wish it would have been. Yeah. But I would not have been as carefree as Emily is.
Nope.
Emily is very casual about the fact she doesn't have a job or a degree.
Yeah, that's the other thing that I really like about this book, though, is she's not like dogging herself. No, really.
She's kind of just like, well, I don't have my degree. That kind of sucks. But
yeah.
Like,
I mean, eventually it does lead to like, it comes up in a conflict with Simon when she's like, I thought you didn't want to be with me because I like don't have, like, I'm not educated and you're like super smart. And he's like, what? And that's the only time it ever really comes up, but it's like not really a big deal.
Yeah. Otherwise people are like, oh, do you want to go back to school? And she's kind of like, yeah, I kind of do. And
yeah.
Like, that's just nice.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, maybe I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Emily realizes that the reason Simon is acting weird is because he's jealous of Mitch, because he thinks that Mitch and Emily's harmless flirting is more than harmless flirting, and they're like actually together. And we learn that this is a small town. Mitch and Simon have known each other for a long time. Mitch used to be kind of an asshole to Simon because Mitch is like hot and popular and Simon is like quiet nerd.
Yeah.
And so this is kind of an evolution of Simon being like an insecure little guy.
Just a little guy.
Yep.
He should get his shit together, though.
Yeah. And then she goes back out to the bar, pizza place, whatever.
Sam's Pizza.
Yeah. And Mitch is there, and she's like, so are you into me?
Love her.
And he's like, no, what? I'm just being nice.
Yeah, which, like, I think she says something like, that hurt my feelings a little bit.
Right.
Which, like, would hurt my feelings a little bit, too. But also be like, okay,
why aren't you flirting with me?
What do you mean you're not into me? I mean, I know, but what do you mean?
I don't want you to be, but, like,
But also, like, a little bit.
Say something nice to me.
Say something nice to me. Compliment sandwich.
Yeah, exactly. But then she, like, explains to Mitch, like, oh, well, I'm asking because, like, Simon is jealous. And then we get a little more of their, like, backstory.
Yeah.
And then Mitch just gives Emily Simon's home address.
Mitch doxes Simon.
Yeah.
Harmlessly, but still.
Yeah, and then I wrote all caps, now we're getting to the good stuff.
This is the good stuff.
Because this is the part of the book, this whole last section of the book, I'm just like kicking my little feet when I'm reading it because they are so fucking cute together.
I know. This is really cute.
So Emily shows up, brings rum.
Love it.
And Simon's like, I'm not really a pirate, right?
God, I just rolled my eyes so hard.
But he keeps we learn that he keeps the earring in when he's not pirating.
Which is so goofy.
It's a little cringy.
A little cringy.
But I find it charming on him. So she shows up, is like, I like you. What the fuck are you doing?
Yep.
And then there's like a 15-page long, they make out somewhere else, they fool around, they do it.
Yep. It's a long build up to this one.
Yeah, it's a prolonged scene.
Prolonged bang.
Yeah. And then they're just like together. She stays the night. He sends her a flirty text. She forgets to go bring Caitlin to, I don't know, school or something. Not school yet. Wherever she was supposed to be somewhere. She was supposed to drive April to work because April still can't drive. Right. And well, April like can drive. She's like walking and moving around, but she's really afraid of driving because car accident.
Yes.
And so we learned that Emily sleeping in at Simon's, like, April was like, well, shit, I guess I got to do this. And she made it to work all on her own for the first time. So everyone's learning and growing.
Yes. Good changes all around.
Yep.
Then she gets wooed.
Simon's like, oh my God, what does he say? He was like, have you ever been wooed or something? Yes. I didn't mark it. I didn't flag it. I don't know. But he's like, have you ever been properly wooed or something like that?
And she's like, no.
Yeah.
Of course not.
And then they go on a movie and dinner date and she's like, thanks for wooing me. And he's like, no, that's not.
This isn't
That wasn't wooing.
Yeah. Which is very cute.
Tell us about the wooing.
So the wooing, the actual wooing, not the movie date, is at the fair, whatever fucking week we're on in this fair or whatever.
Getting close to the end.
I don't know. This fair is never ending.
Yeah.
He has multiple people throughout the fair just come give her roses.
Mostly like strangers, like attendees of the fair, but also some workers and volunteers and stuff.
Yeah. And so she just like has this, it's kind of like the Gilmore Girls 1,000 Yellow Daisies.
Yeah.
But like slow burn.
Yeah, and she's like threading them throughout like her hair. Like Stacey makes her a flower crown with them.
It's really cute.
She's like threading them through the like bodice of her costume. She's like covered in them by the end of the day.
Yeah, and at first she's like, "What's going on?" And then she's like, "Wait." Mm-hmm. And then don't they meet at the
at the chess match or at pub sing or something at the end of the day? Yeah, they meet.
Yeah, and she was like, "Oh,
yeah."
I got wooed.
Yeah, exactly. And Simon like announces it to the crowd.
Yeah, it's really cute.
Yeah, it's very sweet.
Have you ever been wooed, Katey?
I don't know. I'm not a grand gesture kind of girl. I love it in a book, but
yeah. Austin kind of wooed me.
Yeah, I mean Ryan kind of wooed me.
Austin's like I think like first like big quote unquote grand gesture was like my birthday party at Mean Eyed Cat when he showed up. Mm-hmm. And then that was like the first time I think most of you had met him.
Yes.
And he bought everybody shots.
I do remember that.
Do you remember that? And he was like, does everyone want, he texted me and he was like, do you think everyone wants shots? And I was like, no, don't do that. And then he showed up and he was like, here's tequila shots, everybody. And so,
turns out everyone did want shots.
Everyone did want shots. That was a great night though.
That was a fun night.
Yeah.
It was the first time I met him. I mean, I guess I would say Ryan wooed me, mainly because in the beginning of our relationship, he was very, like, purposeful about our dates. Like, he would be, like, one of the really cute things he did our first few dates was he would give me, like, 3 options of, like, dates that he had kind of, like, planned out. And they were all very different. It was, like, going to dinner, going to see a show, or just, like, staying in or whatever. And he let me pick. And I really liked that because I was like, I don't have to decide, which is nice. But I still get to decide.
You get to.
Yeah.
That is cute. Aww.
Yeah. He did that our first, like, I can't remember if he did it for our first date. But I know he did it for, like, the next maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah. After, like, my birthday, well, I guess it may have been before my birthday, Austin, like, wooed me, like, took me to a vintage store. Took me to, like, some very nice dinners where I learned you can have a cocktail and a wine dinner. A story I tell a lot.
Yeah. Austin also taught me you can have a cocktail and a wine dinner.
It's a very valuable lesson.
It really is. I thought we just had to pick a thing and stick with it.
I know. I remember being shocked. I'll never let go of that moment because I think I just stared at him for a second of like, wait, I can have both.
It is a dangerous thing to know because it does lead to a headache.
It leads to a headache and a very large tab, but it makes for a very fun dinner.
It does. That's
true. So yeah, then they're like together. Emily starts to be like, I think I'm sticking around.
Yeah.
I kind of
She
like
starts
it
to
here.
actually like decide and like tell people like, I am staying.
Yeah, exactly. Like making moves to really like put down roots, which again, why not? She's got nothing else going on. She likes these people.
Right. She gets a little upset because Chris has her train some high school girl to work at the bookstore.
Yes.
And she's like, am I training my replacement? Like, I haven't told Chris that I want to stay. And then she tells Chris that she's staying. And Chris is like, yeah, I thought so. This high schooler was supposed to fill in for me because I'm going to visit my mom in Florida. Yes. And Emily's like, oh, okay. Yeah, cool.
Great.
And then Emily's like, but who's going to be in charge of the bookstore? And Chris is like, you dummy. Like,
yeah, not this high schooler.
Right.
Come on. Keep up.
Yeah. And April's like, yeah, of course you can stay. Like, cool.
Yeah.
I like having you around. And they've been getting closer this whole time, too.
Yeah. They, like, as much as April's kind of a bitch, they at least, like, do have a very good, like, sister relationship that builds throughout the book that I think is really nice.
Yeah. And then comes the fight, because when everything's going well, these people have to fuck it up in the dumbest way possible.
I forgot how fucking stupid this fight is.
Basically, it's just the whole book back and forth. Like, Emily's been trying to, like, give suggestions to improve the fair, and Simon is too afraid to change anything because it was something that his brother started, and he's worried he's going to, like, lose pieces of his brother if too much changes, which is totally valid.
Yeah.
But all of that leads up to this argument about, like, Simon being stuck in his ways, and Emily's trying to, like, help him out. And then they just, like, bicker at each other a bunch, and then Simon accidentally calls her Emma, her fair name.
Fucking goofy.
Which, like, of course that would happen. Like, you guys are in character 2 days a week. Like, obviously, people are going to slip up and call you by the wrong name at some point. It's not like he's calling you some other girl's name.
Yeah, like, I think it's just so silly of like, oh my gosh, he really does love the fair more than me.
Right, and he's in love with this character, Emma, not me, Emily. And I'm like, use your brain, girl.
Just a little bit.
He's traumatized. He's grieving.
He needs therapy.
Yeah. Just like give him a break and like help him help himself. Come on.
Yes. But no, they gotta fight.
And then I'm like, April is like, fuck that guy. And I'm like, this seems like a harsh reaction.
Calm down.
She's like, never speak to him again. And I'm like, this is a little overblown.
But April's traumatized. She needs therapy.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm boo on April in this book.
We don't like April.
Anyway, everyone is supportive of Emily. Even like Stacy and Mitch are like, sorry, bro, that sucks. But then they convince her to go to the last day of fair, like, as a visitor. Mm-hmm. Because they're like, oh, and then Caitlin gets involved, too. Like, everyone's like, you should come to the last day. You should come to the last day. To a point where it's suspicious.
I forgot she quit.
Yeah.
For a time. And I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was at, like, 1.5 weekends she, like, stopped showing up or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. She missed a full weekend, I think. Yeah. Something like that. She missed a few days of the fair. And then everyone's like, you should go back on the last day. It's the last day. Just like do it. You're going to regret it if you don't. Whatever. And so she does. And they like get free access to the fair. And everyone's like acting really weird toward her. And she doesn't see Simon in his pirate costume. She does convince April to go to the fair. And April, because she's a big old stick in the mud, has been like, I don't want to go to the fair.
I know. Like, probably the most fun thing that happens in your town, you're like, fuck that, I don't want to go.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That her daughter's in.
I know. I feel like I got to reread April's book to make me like her because I'm dogging on her.
Yeah, whatever. Even Caitlin's like, my mom doesn't do anything fun.
Yeah. Lame. So then this is our proper grand gesture, which is that Simon shows up in his normal clothes, not his pirate costume, to be like, I don't love the character more than you. I love you.
Mm-hmm.
And they do the hand fasting ceremony again. And Emily's like, but we already did this. And Simon's like, not as us, though. And so they do it again. And it's cute.
And they kiss.
Everyone
cheers.
And then we got what is maybe one of my favorite epilogues in a romance novel.
This one was
I really like this one. So the thing with the hand fasting is it's like, okay, the queen, aka Chris, is like, you pledge yourself to each other for a year and a day, and in a year and a day, come back to me. And if you want to continue to be together, I will like bless your relationship or whatever. And so a year and a day later, Emily's at the bookstore. Simon shows up and asks Chris, who is not in character as the queen, obviously, but is like, for this day, I will pretend.
Mm-hmm.
Asks Chris if they can like continue their relationship. And then Simon proposes and is like, what did he says, I have like 4 intentions or something.
Mm.
And it's like, one of them is like, they're going to sell the house because like Simon has inherited the house that his parents left him, but it's like haunted by memories.
Yeah, he doesn't even like it.
He doesn't like it. I think he asks Emily to move in. And then of course the last thing is he proposes and it's cute.
And of course she says yes. The end. It is very cute. We get their wedding in the next book or the third book?
I don't know.
One of the next books we see their wedding, and of course they get married at the Renaissance Fair.
Of course they do.
Yeah. It's very cute.
Yeah. Overall thoughts. Does it hold up on your 3rd, 4th, 5th perhaps read?
Well, clearly I keep rereading it. So yeah, it does hold up. I feel like it's kind of one that I don't necessarily reread for the romance itself. I almost reread for the vibes.
Right.
Of like Willow Creek in the bookstore.
Exactly.
And the Renaissance Fair.
Exactly.
Like Simon kind of annoys me at times, but like ultimately I think they're very cute. I like Emily. April's obnoxious, but
yeah, I like all the other side characters.
Yeah, like I mostly read this to like be in the world of like Willow Creek, which is really cute, and I still really enjoyed rereading it. So
yeah, I really liked it, and I liked reading it. I finished it this past weekend so like less than a week before we were going, and it was fun to like reread it with the perspective of like, I'm going to be doing this imminently.
Yeah.
And, I haven't reread this one since I first read it in 2019, which is evidently almost 5 years ago.
Yikes.
And it holds up just as good as the first time. I loved it. I love this book.
Yeah, this is such a fun one. I have said on the record on this podcast that I am ready for Jen DeLuca to move on from Renaissance fairs.
Me too.
I have not enjoyed the sequels quite as much as I enjoy Well Met, which is fine. But I look forward to hopefully her doing something else. Maybe at another yearly event. I don't know. What's another Renaissance fair like? What? An
intrusive thought.
What?
You were like, maybe at another, and my brain said Margaritaville.
For those that did not listen to the end, part of our Renaissance fair stay is that we are staying at Margaritaville for 2 nights. Wait. I feel like I've only thought about the Margaritaville aspect and not the Renaissance fair aspect, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like I can't think of both at the same time. Like, they don't exist in the same thought for me. I have to only think of one or the other. And the idea of the two coming together is, like, too difficult for my little pea brain to comprehend.
They just don't mesh.
Right, exactly. But yeah, we will obviously post on Instagram about it.
Oh, yes. We have outfits. Our significant others will be in outfits.
Yeah. I will not be unveiling my outfit until we can post a photo of it.
No, Katie and Austin both have very good outfits. Austin had a really good idea, and I was kind of mad about it.
Yeah.
Because I just have a scattering of items that will hopefully come together.
Yeah, Ryan is like vague peasant.
Vague peasant.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Okay, what are you reading right now?
I am reading Where Are Your Boys Tonight? Wait, is that?
Yep.
Yes. Okay. Which is, hold on, I gotta look up the author. Type.
Click, clack, ASMR.
Anyway, it's Where Are Your Boys Tonight? An oral history about emo music by Chris Payne, which Katie and I both bought at the very same time at First Light Bookstore, and we emptied out their stock.
Yep.
I have not seen it back since.
Nope.
So
it's an excellent book.
I have just started it because
I read it in October. It was great.
I'm working on a story about emo club nights in Austin, partially, which may also become slightly personal essay. We shall see. Turns out I gave myself like a 3-month project, I think. But that's fine. It is like the oral history of emo music between like 99 and 08 specifically. And so it's like a bunch of bands that we listen to and whatnot. And it's very fun so far.
I'm super interested to talk to you about this when you finish the book, because this is something that I think is really interesting concerning our age gap. And I'm interested to talk to you about it in terms of like which of these parts like resonated with you.
Yeah.
Because even some of the early stuff, like, you know, I was 8 years old in 1999, so I wasn't listening to this kind of music, but I was in like 2002, like super early on.
Yeah.
And so I'm interested to touch base with you about it when you finish it.
Yeah. I'm excited to do a real good deep dive into this one, because when I was doing like interviews for my Texas Emo Club story, when I met with the guy the first time, we were like, he was like, well, what era of emo music did you listen to? And I was like, well, in high school, it was like very like Man Overboard and like, it was very like pop punk heavy, but those weren't the bands I was super into. I was actually more interested in like the emo music that was out before me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have kind of a weird disconnect where it's like, I know more almost about like the 06 wave, sort of. Even though
you weren't listening to it during that time.
Right. Even though I was like all of my friends were like really into like Man Overboard and like Balance and Composure and Story So Far and like some bands like that. And so like we were talking about like when he does the emo nights in Austin and Houston, and he's like Cute Without the E is almost like a wedding song now. Like people just like don't go very hard for it. And it was like, man, that's depressing.
That's so interesting.
And then it's like, I don't know, like Bring Me the Horizon or some shit like I've never listened to or whatever.
Right. Yeah, Bring Me the Horizon was after. Yeah, it's one of the things that I found most interesting about that book was they talk a lot. I don't know how far you are, but they talk a lot early on in the books about the shows at like different VFWs and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a few local bands in my general region that would do shows at the like church halls and VFWs and stuff. And I was like, it's really interesting because I was like, oh, this is just a small town thing because there's nowhere else to have these shows or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it turns out that it was like a part of the culture. And I didn't realize that. I mean, it was the only place to have shows.
Yeah.
And it was probably the only place to have shows in like fucking Jersey or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was just really interesting that these like parallel experiences were happening when, you know, in like 2007 in LaGrange, Texas at the fucking KC Hall or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a really interesting conversation with Gwen, who I worked with, because she wrote a story about hardcore music in Houston. And that was a scene that was more active. Like when I was in high school, like in Denton. Denton had a pretty like healthy hardcore scene, and like so did Dallas. So like that stuff was going on. And so that was kind of interesting to talk about, like, oh, where are the similarities that like we grew up with in different parts of Texas. So yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah. I'm excited to talk to you about it when you finish it.
Katie, what are you reading?
Oh God, I'm in a weird era. I'll start with the negative, I guess. I got fucking bamboozled, hoodwinked by TikTok.
Damn. Not the first time, not the last.
Because I told you about this book. Y'all know I am on the record. I told you, Abigail, not perhaps you, dear listener. I don't know if I've mentioned this on this podcast. This book specifically. What I have mentioned is that I am a hater of a surprise pregnancy.
Oh, we have definitely talked about this.
But I don't think I've mentioned this book, but I know I mentioned it to you, that there was this book that like it showed up on my TikTok months ago, and it's on Kindle Unlimited, so I downloaded it like forever ago, and I finally was like, fuck it, let's do it. I want something like easy, stupid to read, because I just finished reading the Sandy Hook book. And it was like, the thing I saw on TikTok was like, even if you don't like surprise pregnancy, you will like this book.
That's right.
Remember I told you about this?
Yes.
So I was like, okay, I will give it a try. I'm up for anything, right? I'll try anything once. Because it's called Baby Moon or Bust by Ava Hunter. It's got a super cute cover. They're at like a resort in Mexico. The man has tattoos. He's wearing a buffalo plaid flannel. He looks very hot.
That's right.
And she gets pregnant after a one-night stand, and so then they go on this baby moon, or he shows up on this baby moon, and then they like fall in love. And so I'm like, okay, maybe like if I know going into it that the pregnancy is going to happen, then I will have a better time. I was having an okay time.
Just an okay time.
I was having an okay time until about 40% of the way through what I realized is a 400-page book.
My God.
Because like when they initially meet, the one night stand stuff, all the early stuff, and then him showing up to the resort and like all of that, I'm like, all right, I'm not loving this yet, but like I'm open. I'm going to see where it goes. I like the characters, whatever. And then it turns into like a weird protective thing. Like I hate like the overprotective.
I'm making a face.
Yeah, and it's very insta-love-y.
Yes.
And also, like, again, I'm never gonna yuck anyone's yum when it comes to what you like in the bedroom. But there is like a pregnancy fetishy thing going on here that I like really can't get on board with. Which again, if that's your thing, good for you. I've never been pregnant. I do not have any context for any of this. And it's not like, it's like an undertone. It's not overt, but it's enough that I'm like, yeah.
Fascinating.
But I didn't start to really hate it until I was already like 80% of the way through. And I'm like, well, I'm going to just fucking
just got to power through and
finish it.
Yep.
So yeah, fuck you, TikTok, for that one.
Why does he look kind of like Gaston from Beauty and the Beast?
He does.
But like with a beard.
He does.
And like a very weird looking beard.
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks like the same people who do the covers for fucking Icebreaker.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It does. It's a cute cover.
Yeah, the cover's cute. Right now it's it's on Kindle Unlimited, so if you're one of those people,
if you want to suffer with me, yeah. I understand why people like this book. I do not like this book. I am going to continue to be a hater because I have a microphone in front of me and I'm going to talk about it. I read the supposed Taylor Swift inspired Emily Wibberley, Austin Siegman Broca book, and I have never had a less good time reading a book. Every second of it I hated. I hated everything about it.
As you know, I did not like the first one that they did.
This is now the fourth book of theirs that I have read, and I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. I only picked up this one because it was like Taylor Swift fans will love it.
So tell us why you hate this one.
It felt like fanfic in a way that felt very intrusive to Taylor.
No.
Yeah, because it was like a second chance.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I just didn't. Maybe if you read this book, A, if you're not a Swiftie, or B, without the lens of it being loosely inspired by Taylor Swift's life, you would like it more. But it felt like they were like assigning thoughts and feelings to like semi-real experiences in Taylor's life.
Ooh.
In a way that just felt really icky.
Oh, I don't love that.
I did like the male lead.
Okay.
I liked him.
All right. Well, that's good.
But it's like giving an inner monologue to a real person that I just I fucking hated it. I hated every second of it.
Did you read the whole thing?
I did. Because I kept thinking maybe at some point
it'll get better.
Yeah.
I want to find a hater Goodreads review now.
But it has 4 stars on Storygraph, which is actually harsher than Goodreads usually because there are fewer people on Storygraph and they tend to be like more serious like reader people, whereas any fucking jabroni is on Goodreads.
Did you say jabroni?
Yeah.
Somebody did not finish it and still gave it 2 stars. I feel like if you don't finish it, it's automatically 1 star.
I'm like honestly kind of dreading having to write my NetGalley review about this because I try to on NetGalley because I know like authors and publicists read the NetGalley reviews. I try to at least be constructive or find things that I like. Like I try to not just like fucking dog on a book.
Right.
And I'm going to have a really hard time finding things that I liked about this.
You can write a private review that I read that nobody else needs to.
Well, you're getting it.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
I fucking hated this book.
I just want like specific examples. This feels like fun gossip almost, but also like, ugh, you know, I don't know. Like the commodification of Taylor lately is veering on ick.
Yeah, and it's like, it's not like expressly like this book was inspired by Taylor Swift's life, but it very clearly was.
Doesn't the front, okay, I just saw this on Goodreads of like the front of the books, the dedication is like to Taylor and the Swifties for inspiration evermore.
Yep.
Starting to feel icky.
Yep.
Like all of it though. Not just them. It's just like generally. Like it's like almost her veering into overexposure, but it's like not even her fault. It's just like everybody capitalizing on, like the NFL. Like everybody else.
Exactly.
And like that's when it's starting to feel icky.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just honestly, like if I were Taylor, I would fucking sue them.
Taylor Nation, if you're listening, do we have an idea for you?
I have a case.
This is, man, the downfall of Emily and Austin writing duo since the roughest draft for you has been really interesting.
Yeah, it's been really upsetting. I think that's why I keep picking them up, because I keep wanting lightning to strike again for me.
Yeah, because, as we've talked about, I did not finish the roughest draft because I did not like it. And our friend Madeline, who also listens to the pod, hated the roughest draft. And I think she actually did finish it.
Yeah.
I certainly did not.
I think she did.
But, all right, well, Swiftie readers, sorry.
Yeah, don't pick this one up unless you want to hate read it, in which case DM me on Instagram.
I would love to see that conversation.
Yeah. And I can't really even give you concrete examples. It was more just like the undertone of the book, like just like tons of small moments. Because the big plot points were like clearly not like Taylor inspired. They were like original plot. But it was more like kind of, assigning thoughts and feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yuck. Okay. Well,
yeah.
Womp womp.
In better news, I just read 2 books that I will recommend. Immortality, A Love Story by Dana Schwartz, which is the second book to Anatomy, A Love Story, and I loved both of them. I finished that one today. And then I also read this book by this author, Amanda Elliott, who I'd never heard of before, but it's called Sadie on a Plate, and it's on like you would love it because it's set on a TV show that is very clearly, I think, MasterChef.
I love MasterChef.
I think it's MasterChef. I am not as well versed in the cooking shows as you are, but it felt like MasterChef to me. But it's one of those shows.
Hold on, I'm looking it up because the author is Amanda Elliott, and one of the judges on MasterChef is Graham Elliott. So let me just like confirm. I don't know anything about Amanda Elliott, but it would be really funny if it was like Graham Elliott's wife. Just like making like romance. Amanda, her husband in New York City, where she collects way too much cookbooks for a tiny kitchen, runs in Central Park. Graham Elliott, wife. Oh, no. Allie Elliott. So close, but that's funny. Also, he may have gotten divorced recently, it seems. So that sucks.
Oh.
Anyway.
Sorry to you.
Sorry, Graham.
Sorry to this man.
Anyway, that's really cute, though.
I really liked it.
Oh, that sounds fun.
I really liked it. I think you would like it.
Ooh, okay. Cute.
We'll end it on a positive note.
Yeah.
So now that it's Thanksgiving, it is Christmas.
Yep.
And so our next at least our next 2 books, to be announced Christmas books.
We'll do a full grid post celebrating Christmas.
Yes.
For announcing them.
Yes.
We need to go through our the blurbs that we read last episode and also see if we missed anything.
Yeah.
For our Christmas. That can be our car ride assignment.
Yes.
As we drive to Margaritaville.
Nice.
Yeah, see us at Margaritaville this weekend if you're in
follow us
Conroe.
Hopefully we will remember to post on the 50% Instagram while we're there. If not, you can find us individually where I guarantee you we will be posting. This is going to be our best weekend. This might be our best weekend. This could upend Memorial Day 2021. Oh, that really was our best weekend. That was a great weekend. Yeah. It could upend it though, you're correct. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Anyway, send good vibes to our men for putting up with us. Yep. To our livers. Which we'll have to deal with margaritas and mead this weekend. It's gonna be great. I gotta prepare my body. Yep. Okay. See y'all on the other side.